So I guess the beginning, it started when I was younger. My mom used to actually have a daycare in her house, and we had so many kids and nothing to do. And so mom didn't let us play video games all day. We had to go outside. She locked the door and let us go outside and play. So that was the thing that we had. So we had to kind of be creative and, let our imaginations run. And how we started was my dad had some old Army clothes that he used to have in the basement. And we used to go down there and take out a lot of his stuff. And when we came to find out, we had like old dresses, Army stuff, old stuff that he used to have. And we started, letting our imagination run wild. And then we started saying, well, let's just make it into a play, or let's make it into something that we're doing at church or something like that. And it evolved to in the backyard. We were just like little kids just doing like little scenes, and we thought we were bigger than life in that backyard, for that moment. And I think that's kind of what sparked something for me in my life to want to do plays and want to write. And as a kid, you think of a million things you want to do. You want to be a scientist because you're burning worms. You want to play basketball, you know what I mean? There's so many things you want to do, but I think that was the starting point for me. I can't speak for the fellas, but as for me, that was a sparking point for myself.
Well, me and Kevin are raised in a family that was very close-knit and small, not rich at all. And everybody was creative and talented. And it's just similar to what Anthony said. We didn't have Nintendos and Segas and stuff like that. Definitely nowadays it'll be your PlayStation 3s and Xbox and all that stuff and Wii's. We didn't have that growing up, so a lot of it was having to go outside and play, use your imagination, and just come up with crazy stuff. And then because you just didn't want to come back inside the house and go to bed, so you had to be outside playing. And so our family was very involved in church, either singing in the choir, being on the instruments. I played the drums growing up, being involved in church. And I know a lot of our stuff, me and my god brother Joe used to do a lot of stuff on talent night for youth, and going up there and just getting used to being in front of people, doing something, singing our songs. Great. I don't remember some. It's a bubbling in my soul. That was one of the songs we used to sing, just growing up, and that was just, we used to sing that all the time for talent, but that just got us used to being in front of people and doing something live and entertaining people. And then of course, like for me, it grew into just playing football and other sports, being in front of people all the time, being on display, being a center of attention. I played a lot of high school football, did well, and so I was always used to just being on that stage, and so that was a big part of my life. And to me, it just curves into that area. Did I ever think I'd be writing stories and doing that? No, I don't. But I can see where it came from, just from a lot of the life experiences that we went to and where we're able to pull from.
Yeah, too. People ask, "How did you get so funny? Why are you so funny?" And I tell them, man, my house was grandma, mom, uncle, aunt, brother, sister, great grandma, dog. We were so poor, and we kept the dog. I never understood why we keep the dog. We didn't have no money. The dog never even ate dog food. My brother said they ate the same food we did. But I'm funny because my whole family's funny. Great grandma, my brother. So if you wanted to be able to sit in the living room, you had to be able to crack jokes and hang with the big people. So that's a big part of it. And just like Jay said, talent night, we did skits on top of skits on top of skits, and we just like to perform, played sports too. I was just a star of my JV basketball team. so much I was the star. But loved to be in front of people and having the eye on me. So it was a natural transition. Didn't make it to the NBA. You don't usually go JV to NBA, but I tried, but didn't work out. But acting is very similar to athletics. You are really good and you want people to see you do what you do best. So that's kind of a natural transition. That's why a lot of actors want to be rappers and rappers want to be actors, because it's a very seamless transition of being on stage. And we just want to entertain people, want to make people laugh, want to make people feel good, forget about their problems. That's one of the best parts of performing is having people look at you and say, man, that was great, that was awesome. So
I guess how it came about was, I met Kevin in about 2000.
Yep.
We met Kev 2000. He came to my church. He thought he was tight.
He was.
He wasn't. He wasn't. He was a quiet kid in the back. He never talked to anybody but his girlfriend.
What?
Oh yeah, he did that. But I mean, he was a cool cat. I mean, it was different because I don't really just go out and try to make friends like that. It's like I do my thing. You want to be a part, you be a part. So, but with him, I met him. I said I want to reach out. And he started going to my church. He didn't go to our church because he liked our church. He went to church because he met his wife. Well, that was his girlfriend. Chasing skirts. That's what he was doing. And but it was a good connection. We ended up talking. I didn't really know Jason at that point.
He was in the world.
Because he was in the world. He was out there.
I was in the world, but I was not of the world.
He was of the world and in the
doing
world.
a whole bunch of stuff,
committing crimes.
But yeah, I mean,
That's my personal, man. My personal business.
Kevin and I connected, and it went pretty good. We started doing some little skits at the church. I mean, I think we were always asked to do something at the church as far as theater. And so we started doing this one thing called Kingdom Kids. And it was okay. It wasn't as great as it should have been, but it was good. It was a lot of improv acting, and it went good. Kevin and I carried it much of the show.
Yeah.
And after that, I think it was one Black History. We decided to put together these characters called Clayton and Earl. Some of you guys may know. We created these characters, and we had like a whole bunch of clothes stuffed in our shirts. Mm-hmm. Kev had a cane. He was fat. I was fat, and we put together something, and it was. I mean, people loved it. We didn't think. We were just thinking we just do something to be funny.
Right.
Nothing to change. Be a part of changing generations, but it ended up evolving into a beast.